Happy New Year, guys! Welcome back to my channel. It's just VI, and I am just so happy to be back. It's been a while. My last video was in December. Now we're in February, about to close out February. You guys are probably like, where have you been? But I appreciate all the love and all the support. Everybody still subscribing, still watching my videos, and definitely going over on Instagram and supporting me there and following. I appreciate you guys so much, and welcome back. So what have I been up to, right? Life updates. So New Year, busy. Goals, some new, some just still moving towards. And what I'm happy to tell you guys, I am now a certified nutritional coach. Super excited about that. So now I can not just train my clients, but I can provide nutritional coaching on their needs, their dietary needs. So really excited about that. And so that's why I've been really busy, because that plus work plus training, barely any time. So I have not been reading. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably are like, where are her books? Like, what goal is she doing this year? What is going on? So I have not been reading much other than course material, because that was a whole process to accomplish, and I'm really proud of myself and happy and pleased with what I did. So I'm certified in that. I'm now a certified nutrition coach, and I am going to be on a panel this weekend for a seminar, a health seminar, talking about my personal training as well as nutritional coaching. So really excited to continue to help people and to be able to help people even more. So yes, so welcome back. So now you see what a lot of my time went into, but the holidays was fun. I had family in town and we had such a good time. My nieces were here from Totola, and I had such a good time with them. I love them so much and spent a lot of time with family, mom, siblings. It was just such a great time, and of course my husband. So let's get into what you guys probably been waiting for. What you've been reading. What's the goal for this year? I would like to do 50 books this year. I feel like that's even extreme based on everything that's happening. I picked up a lot with training. Then I'm gonna be getting nutritional coach. I've already gotten one new client with that. So busy, but I'm very thankful. So no complaints here. Goals for the year. Well, reading goal. I would like to do 50 books. Hopefully, being very hopeful with that. But in this video, I'm going to be discussing my recap for January, because I didn't do anything. I didn't film. I did post on Instagram. So if you're not follow me on Instagram, check me out there. I always post what I'm reading and stuff like that. I do my reviews and stuff still on Instagram if I haven't put videos out. Videos tend to be a lot more timely, and I have to work to do it. So yeah. So the first book I read for the new year, which I kind of prepped you guys and told you I was going into the new year, being prayerful, starting it off right in the spirit, which all of us seem to do. Praying God's Will for Your Life by Stormia Martin. You guys have heard me mention her before. I love her to death. All of her books are such an inspiration. She just does such a good job. Her prayers are amazing. They touch on everything that you need. So I just love this book. Love. Since I already just went into the whole conversation about where I've been and all that stuff, I'm just going to rate it. This was actually my first book for the year. I think I said that. Just read stars, 5 out of 5 stars. I'll give a couple of my favorite quotes. When you are trying to know the will of God for your life, obedience to God's ways and God's directives are a must. You will never be in the center of God's will for your life if you're continually living in disobedience. That is a word. A lot of us feel like we just could do what we want to do, and God gonna find us to give us that blessing. That's not how it works. We need to be doing our part. Like with everything that's coming my way, I'm so thankful for it, and I'm blessed. And so thankful I'm receiving it all, because I'm working towards all those things. But if you live in disobediently, I'm working towards those things because that's His will for me. Some of us are working towards things that's not for us, and we need to realize that's living in disobedience. That's not what He wants for you. That's not His will and plan for you. So yeah. Favorite prayer. Oh, I don't know if I could do that because that's probably gonna be timely. I'll go into likes. I really like how the book encourages you to strengthen and build your relationship with God through reading His word more. Being obedient and having forgiveness is also big too. So it helps you with your walk with him in showing you like you need to read the word every day, submerge yourself in his word so that you could shield and armor yourself every day as you walking into this world. Because believe you me, we need him more than we know. We need him more than we know. So yes, what I recommend for sure, everybody should read this book. Absolutely, hands down, amazing read. Definitely check this book out. All right, second book is The Power of a Praying Wife by Silvia Martin. Again, amazing read. I didn't grab these two books, but I do have the physical copies of them, and I love these books to death. This is, well, The Power of a Praying Wife is a yearly read for me. That's something that brings me back into praying for my husband. Like, that's so important. Covering him every day. And the prayers, I remember the first time I read this book. Okay, let me give you guys a story time. I'm not going to get into some of the other things I probably was going to get into because that would probably take too much time. But this story time, I have to tell you. This is how amazing God is. This book, The Power of a Praying Wife, I'm an avid reader, as you know. My local librarians know me. I'm always in the library. So I went to the library one day, my husband and I actually, and I saw this book in a box of donated books. And in the book was a picture of, I said, oh my gosh, I have to read this book. This book is amazing. So I picked the book up and I was like, wow, this is giveaways. You guys giving these away? They say, yeah, you could take whatever you want from it. So I picked it up. I was looking for one for husbands, but I didn't see anything. So I picked it up. This was Thursday. This was Thursday or Friday. But I picked it up, and when I came home with it, I started reading it, and I, you flip through a book, and I saw a picture of a couple. And I was like, wow, it's either sad if they're giving this away because they didn't work out, or it's really nice if this is a blessing that they bestowing upon another couple, right? Or somebody else. So I kind of asked around, oh, anybody know them? You'd like to give the picture back. I couldn't find anybody. So my husband leaves. He was in the military reserves. He was in the U.S. Army Reserves, and he was traveling for drill to Puerto Rico that weekend. So he goes to Puerto Rico, and he calls me. He said, babe, you ain't gonna believe this. You ain't gonna believe what I just find. And I was like, wow, what you just find? He said, I find the power of a praying husband. As we walk into one of the offices, it was in a box over in the corner, just sitting there, like a bunch of books, and it was a military edition. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, look how we said this would be nice to find the power of a praying husband for you. And you go and just walk right in, and boom, there it was. Isn't that amazing? Right, like a day or two after I came in contact with the power of a praying wife. I just couldn't believe it. That just goes to show you like how amazing God is. Like, he puts things that we seek and we in ourselves want to gravitate towards that's good. He puts it in our path, and we have the choice which way we're going to go, if we're going to do it or not. I get goosebumps just thinking about it now, because that was just so amazing to me. I was like, wow, God, you are so awesome. Look at that. And to this day, we love those books. He's reading it now. He's a little bit of a slower reader than I am, but he's reading it now, and we just really appreciate what she does and everything. It's really a blessing. I'm telling you, this will not be a regret of yours. Husbands and wives, read these books. They are a lot over your life. And if you're single, there's The Power of a Praying Woman. I've gifted family and friends with these books. Power of a Praying Parent. That's something I read right now, and I don't even have kids yet. So just so powerful. Speaking the word over yourself, speaking the word over your family, speaking the word over your spouse, speaking the word over your kids is just so amazing. This world, sorry to tell you if you didn't realize, it's not getting better, it's only getting worse. So definitely submerge yourself in God more than ever. All right. What I recommend, you guys just heard me. Favorite part of this book was definitely the prayers. What does it do? It just helps you submerge yourself and not only pray over your spouse, but pray for you. Because sometimes we get in arguments with our spouses and we are like, God, please change him, fix him, take that away from him, let him see my way. And no, sometimes it's us. We need to change. Help me change, Lord, so that my message and my delivery could be something that he's going to take away and understand, and we could come together, and be on the same page. Help me understand him more, so that when he's talking to me, I'm not as catty and aggressive. Amazing And that was book number 2, The Power of a Praying Wife. You will not regret it, you guys. All right, book number 3. This was by Christy Wright. I couldn't wait to read this book. I think I mentioned it. Excuse me. I think I mentioned this book last year. I had this book for a minute. It came in like December, and it didn't fit with what I was doing in December, so I didn't read it. But I knew it was something that I wanted to start the year off with, because I plan and everything is time, and I get so worked up with that stuff. So I knew this book was for me, and it was a great read. Amazing job, Christy Wright. Like, wow. Just, I read her first book, Business Boutique. Amazing. Another amazing read. Definitely check her out. Just Read Stars, of course, 5 out of 5. I have to start with that off the top. What was this book about? My little summary. A step-by-step guide in not only prioritizing the important things in your life, but also putting things into action, setting up a plan to do things successfully without killing yourself. I have a tendency to kill myself to get stuff done because I overpack my days. This is who this book is for. If you're like this, I overpack my days. I try to do a million things. If I ever get an hour rest, I try to think of, oh my gosh, I have an hour. What could I do in this hour that could take away from me having to do it at the other day? That's how I am. And you think that at the later date, it's going to work out and you're not going to need that time. You're going to still be doing something else with that time. That's me. So this book was really relatable. A must read for sure. I really enjoyed the homework because she makes you go through in each chapter, in each section, there's homework for you to fill out and do and put into practice. So you ain't getting away with just reading a book. No, you got to do the homework too. This is another book that I have the hard copy of. Really upset. I probably gonna insert the pictures of the hard copies I have because I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't think to walk with them and have them here for filming. But yeah, really, really, really good book. I'm gonna leave you with one of her quotes. You don't have a time problem, you have a priority problem. Man, prioritize. Okay, another one, sorry. The first step on the path to balance is to decide what matters. A lot of us put the wrong things first. We don't understand what we want a balanced life, but we don't understand where to start. What's important, what's not important. How do we prioritize and say this have seniority over this, you know? So great read. That was book number 3. I know, guys, you probably like only 3 books. You were reading like 8 books a month before. A lot is happening, and I am thankful for those things because, you know, that's progression. You know, we all had New Year's resolutions and all these things we practicing and trying to do, and a lot of it was really shooting down my goals, and I really am thankful that it's happening. So not upset and really killing myself about reading. I know I'm going to read. This is something I have to do. It brings me down, relaxes me. I need it. All right. Next read. This is February now. Book number 4, Taming Clint Westmoreland and A Malibu Kind of Romance by Brenna Jackson and Cynthia Williams. This was 2 books in one. Well, 2 stories in one. Great read. Absolutely, you know, you guys know how I come in with Brenna Jackson. She could do no wrong in my eyes. She's just amazing. This book really had me relax, like after a week of just going. Every time I would pick this book up, because I couldn't barely put it down, but every time I picked it up, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I needed. I felt so relaxed. 2 love stories, and just filled with romance, desire, passion, just love. My things, you know, my favorite things. Could everybody read this book? Absolutely. Would I recommend? Absolutely. Main characters in the first book were Clint and Alyssa, 2 partners that fell in love and got married for the job, but then had to do a 30-day annulment, and that was funny because they ended up falling in love during that whole period. Really cute. Obviously, you know, it got steamy. And the second book, A Malibu Kind of Romance, was Dante and Julie, co-workers. Well, they weren't co-workers. Sorry. They were working together. They were business partners. She was helping him open a club. And he was a musician, and she just had her heart broken so badly that she didn't really want to believe that this could be what it was. He was a playboy that didn't think it was going to be anything. And that's how magic usually happens, right? So definitely check this book out. Highly recommend. It came out in January. I was so happy when I saw it, and I got to read it. And I am currently reading. I'm gonna put it on the screen because now I can't remember. But this is my current read. Really excited because I can't think. Really excited. I am about to finish by J.C. Lee, and it's just so steamy. It's getting into the steamy phase. I passed the beginning and it's getting into the steamy phase. So this book should be finished by this weekend. So I'm really happy and thankful that I would have at least been able to be able to say I read 2 books in February. March, there's new releases. Stay tuned for those. I cannot wait to release a video for you guys. The books that I am going to be reading by Tessa Bailey, Brenna Jackson. I think J.C. Lee have another book coming out in March. I think March 1st. So March 1st is J.C. Lee, March 1st is Tessa Bailey, and later on in the month is Brenna Jackson. And there's others that I have to add to my calendar on my phone, but my Google Calendar. But yes, love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's where I'm at. I'm currently at 4.5 books. You guys know I love this. I love this with everything in me. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting. Be sure to head over to my Instagram page and follow me there. I was going to say subscribe. Follow me there. Subscribe here if you like my content and you want to see more from me. Thank you guys so much. See you guys in the next video. Toodles.